Today we're going to build a castle? No, we're going to build pirate's chest today. I've gone ahead and opened the box. The first piece, we're going to start with the pirate's chest. And this is what we'll be building for our finished product. It's going to be the bigger piece in the box. And one side has lines. And one side is smooth. You want to make sure your smooth side is always on the outside. Then the kids can paint them after or decorate them however they like. First thing to do is you're going to need a glue gun for this project. And you're going to take your tabs. And I apply just a small bead of glue. And you want to hold them so they stay in place. I've gone ahead and I've done the other side, so you have two pieces you need to do. Now you're going to bend your cardboard at every bend. The top pieces has two bends. You want to make sure that you create a lip that the pirate's chest will sit on top of. And again, there'll be 4 lips on the pirate chest. And as you can see, it creates a lip on the top. And after you're done bending all your pieces, you want to take your small pieces on the side of your chest and bring up your back. Your back has the 2 grooves for the hinges on the chest. And you want to make sure you line them up on both sides. So that they go inside. And your 2 flaps, you want to make sure when they go in, they come in on the side. And bring up the front of the box, making sure your 2 pieces are come in. So you have your 2 pieces on the outside. Because when you bring in your side piece, you can see it has a groove on the top and a groove on the bottom of the box. And when you slide that over, it locks your piece in place. And if you don't have your 2 bends bent correctly, it doesn't create the lip for the chest to sit on, so make sure you have a nice square top. The next step I do is I take your half moon and the sun, and you apply a bit of glue down the bottom side. And hold it in the middle. Now you want to apply glue on the one side without the flaps first. And bend it up. And then do the other side. This chest, if you take your time, it'll probably take about 20 minutes to build. So don't rush, as this is one of the more difficult cardboard projects we have. Now you want to take your outside tab and bend them in. And what I do is I apply a bit of glue on the outside and the outside, and I'll put them together. And once you have those pieces together, what I do is I just pre-bend your tabs over. They don't have to stay in place, just make sure that they're bent. Makes it easier to put the lid on. And there's two pieces. Put glue on the middle. And bend your tabs. Apply a small bead of glue on both sides, on the inside, and bend them over. And again, just pre-bend your tabs. It's okay if they don't stay. They just need to be bent over to make it easier to put the lid on. Now you're going to take the top piece of your lid. It has the hinge grooves on the side. And remember, the smooth side is going to go on the outside and the line side is on the inside. Now you have bends on the line side. You want to pre-bend every one. And take your time, as it will create the curve for the top of the lid. You can see it creates the top. Now you want to take the two pieces. What I do is I just try to fit them in there first just to see where I need to glue it. They need to glue down. And if you just see where it fits, then you'll know where to glue it. It's on the third one. And just make sure that it's bent in. It's a little bit tricky. But as you can see, once you know where to go, it will create your curve. So what I do is I'll let go. And you can see your larger piece here, right below the hinge. Right below the hinge is where the first piece will be glued onto. So I apply a bit of glue here. And again, I just line up the back. And remember where the hinge is. This is going to be your first piece where you put your tab on. Now, you want to do one at a time. I just apply a small bead of glue on the tab and I roll the piece, just holding it for a minute. Then I continue down. Just make sure your glue is dry. Doing one tab at a time. And now you have that piece. You want to flip the piece over and do the exact same on the other side. And take your time doing this, making sure the glue dries on every tab, and doing one tab at a time, remembering the smooth side goes on the outside. And when you're finished, you should have your pirate's chest. Now you can take your top piece and fold that piece in and the back. And you can see once you have the sides on, the piece sits in. Now you want to take your smaller piece, again, lines on the inside, smooth on the outside. So you want to bend all your pieces. Now this is going to be glued in here. I just put a few dabs. It does fit in without the glue, but I like to glue it in so it doesn't fall out. This is the only piece that you'll have the line side on the outside. It's still in the inside of the chest. You can hold it in, and now you've completed the lid. So what I do is I grab the box that we did earlier, and your two pieces for your hinge is going to fit in the back. And your pirate's chest sits. Now you have 4 pieces. You want to go and you want to bend these. Now there's 2 bends on each little piece, as you can see. So what it does is it creates a lip. So you want to bend all 4 pieces. And this will be glued on the back to hold the lid to the base of the pirate's chest. Now what I do is I apply a bit of glue, and you're going to stick 2 of them together. Make sure you line them up. And if you don't pre-bend them, they won't bend and the chest won't open. And the other side. Now these pieces are going to go in the back of the chest, not the open, where it comes out. and it's going to cover up the back. So I apply some glue, making sure the top piece is lined up with the first top of the lid. On both sides. Just make sure the glue is dry before you open it. And once that's dry, you can see it creates the hold for the lid. Now you want to pop out two pieces. One will be for the lock. As you can see, this will create the lock piece. And for the hinge for the lock, just bend your two together. Now, what you do is you want to measure from side to side to get it on straight. So what I do, as I've already gone and measured that, is I'll apply just a small bead of glue to hold the piece together. And then some glue on the back and line it up with the top of the chest in the middle. Now, apply a small bead of glue to hold your lock piece together where your holes are, and on both tabs. And you want to do the top piece first. So once that's glued on, I lift the lid up a bit and slide the lock on so that it lines up. And then I hold it together. Now, the lid will not open until you've lined it up, and you just hold the piece where you want to bend the piece up for the lock. And that now creates the lock. Now, if you want to see how we decorate this pirate's chest, we have another video, or you can go to cardboardworld.com.